What's up guys, Ari from ScreenTalk here. I'm here to review a series that's very near and dear to my heart. We have the first two episodes of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Now, bit of context, I read the books back in year 7 when I was like 11, 12. Literally completely fell in love with them. I read the whole series in like a week or two, probably like 2 weeks, and then read Heroes of Olympus, and I think it was just before Mark of Athena came out, and so yeah, just since then I've been pretty in love with the Riordan verse. Like, it's what got me into reading. So, and I was really excited when the movies came out because I was like, bro, like Percy Jackson's gonna be on the same level as Harry Potter. And then the movies came out, and you know what? They have their moments, but I think everyone agrees it's not the greatest adaptation. So when I heard, obviously, when the Disney Fox thing happened and the Percy Jackson film rights went back to Disney, I was really excited. I was like, wait a minute, we could get a Percy Jackson movie reboot or something. When the TV series got announced, I was really excited. I was there when Walker Scobell was announced. And yeah, since then I've just been really following the development of the series. I've been eagerly awaiting, and finally, a couple of days ago, we got the first two episodes, and yeah, like, where to start, man? The main trio, the actors, because there's so much good things about these first two episodes. But yeah, Walker Scobell as Percy, he really brings the character to life. Like, Percy's whole sense of humor, his vulnerability, his snarkiness is all there. Like, his naivety as well, I think, is all there. Like, I didn't love Logan Lerman's performance, but I really thought that he got Percy's, snarky sense of personality down. He obviously looked like the character, well, a grown-up version as well, but with Walker Scobell being so young, it really hits home that, these guys are children. So he is amazing as the lead. He really brings a sort of heart to the series. The supporting cast alongside him, you have Leah Savage Jeffries as Annabeth, and I'll be honest, I was on board. I wasn't totally on board having a black Annabeth because, she's white and blonde in the books. The black thing I wasn't really like too sort of bothered about. It was more so that she wasn't blonde and I really wanted her to be blonde. So, but I'm happy to report that she does really well as the character. She really brings Annabeth's strength, but also her coldness, because she is really cold towards Percy at the beginning, and you kind of get that. You see how she is intrigued by Percy, but she is a bit standoffish at the same time. And you really get the sense that, I've read the book, so I know she's been through a lot at the young age of 12, but you really see that in Leia's performance. She's really expressive as well. Like, she doesn't have loads of speaking lines, but just her body language, her facial expressions as well. It's just really great. From an actress so young, like, for me, I think she's the MVP of episode 2. Well, one of them at least, because there's a lot. And then Ariane Simhadri as Grover. This is a character who, to be fair, in the later sort of series, he's kind of pushed to the side a bit. And you forget how integral he is to especially Percy's life. Like, he is Percy's best friend. And you get that sense that Percy feels this really sort of protectiveness over Grover, feels really protective over Percy, and it does stem from what he's been through before in the past with Annabeth, Luke, and Thalia. So yeah, those three just do really well as sort of the main trio. You have other supporting characters like Luke. Again, for non-book readers, something happens with Luke that I think a lot of people know, but for the beginning, like, you really get that sense that Luke's that big brother. He takes Percy under his wing. He sort of teaches him what Camp Half-Blood and what being a demigod is about, and it's just really good to see Chiron, Dionysus. Yeah, like, their performances are all just really, really good. They just, like, for everyone, they just bring the characters to life, and I think people can get a bit annoyed about, Annabeth, she's not black. Like, I wanted Annabeth to be white, like I said, because that's how she was in the books, and like Percy has blonde hair instead of the black hair, like it's described in the books, and those are all kind of aesthetic things. These actors bring these characters to life, and that's all you can really ask for. They do a great job so far. Other things like Camp Half-Blood is really kind of realized in live action very, very well. A lot better than the movies did them. You really get the sense that, this is like an ordinary summer camp, but it has that Greek architecture, that Camp Half-Blood is supposed to be about. As well as that, just a lot of the visuals, they've got monsters with Mrs. Dodds, who's a fury from the underworld, the Minotaur, what they're able to do, or even the battle sequences we get, they're short. We get Capture the Flag in episode 2, we get the Minotaur fight in episode 1. Again, it's just really well done, and it just really sets up what is to come really well, introduces you to the world, and that's all you can really ask for. Because, for example, in the books, it's all first-person perspective. We all get it from Percy's mind, from Percy's perspective, all in his head. But we get some scenes that are, you know, Grover with Dionysus and Chiron, or Grover with the Cloven Council of Elders, that aren't in the books, and they really help to flesh out his character and what he's about. Like, you really see how much the trauma that he's been through is impacting his decision making with Percy. Like, even when Percy goes off with Chiron in Camp Half-Blood where he's safe, Grover still feels a sense of protectiveness over Percy, and he's worried about him. And Dionysus even tells him, oh, you've done your job, but Grover can't get it out of the back of his mind that he has to be there for Percy. Oh, another performance I really liked is Clarice in episode 2. Again, like, her sort of role in the series expands in later seasons and later books, but the short amount of time you get with her, you get a sense of what her character's about. She's the bully of Camp Half-Blood, and she portrays that really well, that airy strength, and kind of, you know, they're dickheads, kind of, they are, but she portrays that really well. Sally Jackson, a great performance. Really, again, I keep using the word protective, but a lot of these characters are protective over Percy, but with her you really feel the love that she has for Percy, and that really comes through in sort of the whole of episode 1. So yeah, like, I'm happy to report that the first 2 episodes of the Percy Jackson and Olympian series is really good. I guess a couple criticisms I have: I think the pacing in episode 1 and 2 is a little bit fast, and you know, I know that not everything from the books is going to be able to be adapted, but I did feel that maybe a couple things they sped through, and if they wanted to, they could have made the episodes a bit longer, but you know, it's a bit of a nitpick. Like, it is fast paced, but I also think that works with Percy's perspective. He's thrust into this world, everything's moving at a million miles, so you do get that sense of he's just thrust into different situations really quickly. The visuals as well, I wanted to talk about them. I said before, with Mrs. Dodds and the Minotaur, they're just really well done, especially for a Disney Plus budget. You know, they do have really good sets and visuals, especially for some of the Marvel and Star Wars shows, but it is a bit hit or miss at times. And with Percy Jackson, even though it is an IP, it's not a Marvel or Star Wars show, but you do get the sense that they're using their budget well, which I really like. But yeah, I'm really just excited to see where everything goes. There's a lot of sequences that are coming up, that I know that are coming up. I'm really just excited to see how they how they are translated onto the big screen, or the small screen, so to speak. But yeah, I think that really wraps it up. The first 2 episodes, great. Yeah, I'm just really excited to see how the series unfolds. I'm hoping that we get that season 2 and 3 confirmation really soon, so they can get ahead of that, because by the time this series is done, it's going to be like 10 years before we get a last Olympian adaptation, and another 10 years before the Heroes of Olympus series is finished. But yeah, I'm really excited. Stay tuned into ScreenTalk, where we're going to have coverage of the season as a whole when it wraps up. But yeah, for now, we're just all really excited to see how the series turns out. So yeah, thanks for watching, and keep screen talking.